welcome to another video. So today we are going to talk about prioritizing ourselves again. And I want y'all to get ready with me while I do this easy makeup routine that I can easily take from just a soft everyday glam to a elevated glam. And I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks that I use. And we're just going to have a real conversation about balance. Balancing all the things. Makeup, clothes, health, eating healthy, cooking, time management. So we're going to get into all the things that I've been doing lately, just trying to find my routine and my balance. I've yet to perfect it, but I'm going to share it with y'all. And I want y'all to give me some feedback too on the ways that you've been balancing all the things in life. So let's get right into this video. I brought y'all to get ready with me while we have a little chit chat. I thought it was perfect time for us to talk about ways that we're going to prioritize ourselves again. And I'm doing my makeup. So this is a quick and easy soft glam. This is actually whether I'm doing my makeup to just do nothing really, or if I'm doing my makeup to go out. Only thing is I make little changes to like my eyeshadow, my lip combo, and maybe like a brighter inner eye. So we're going to talk about balance, all the things. If you follow me on any of my short form platforms, or if you just watch my shorts on here, then you have already seen me. I've started a series called Showing Up for myself. Whatever, of showing up in my life. Not perfectly, just consistently. So that has just been my motto, like every day, not try to get everything done, just being consistent and attempting to show up, attempting to prioritize my health, attempting to do all the things. So we're going to get into that. And I'm going to start with my makeup. Right now, I have like this mushroom thing, and you can't type hairstyle, so you can't see my brows, but I really am not used to hair being in my face, so I move my hair all day long. So what I'm going to do, I'm still going to do my brows. But I am going to just keep talking, and I'm just going to show y'all what I'm using. I don't want to like keep, bouncing back and forth. But if there's something I want to say, I'll, let y'all know. But first of all, I was never a fan of the brow glue, but baby, the brows be moving throughout the day. And I am never going back. Never. Like, I don't care what brow styles and shapes change. This one I am stuck with. And a lot of people have told me that they don't like this. But I realize what they don't do is let it dry first. You have to let it dry. You have to let it dry. And I like to even though my brows are kind of like freshly done, I like to just shape them up a little bit. So, yeah, lately, well, I know y'all probably sick of me talking about it because I'm sick of talking about it. I quit my job and I'm really like over those folks. So I don't want to keep like talking about them in my content, but my journey and my story is very important to who I am and who I'm becoming, and I really believe that. So I know sometimes that like it just has to come up, but I'm also not trying to like OD, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are not the highlight of my life at all. They are just the highlight of that season, and what's led me to be where I'm at now. So with this balance, I have been trying to find my rhythm in being a stay-at-home mom, essentially. I have been getting little collaborations and things like that here and there. Not enough to supplement an income, but I'm really believing that God is going to blow my mind. But you have to put the work in. Like, I'm not one of those people who like to say, oh, I want to see what God's going to do in my life, but then you don't want to, actually put the work in to have the thing happen. And then, some people will fault God and feel like God failed them, but you have to do your part, okay? So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for me. I've been talking to God, I've been talking to Fred, I've been talking to myself, brainstorming. Y'all have seen changes in my content. That's because I realized that certain things just don't align. Yeah, the group messages is doing it today, but don't align with what I feel like God has really given me purpose for in this season. And I just feel like I have so much to share. I do love sharing motherhood content because my baby loves being on the camera, but I want to decenter motherhood, but not negating the fact that I'm a mother. Okay, so because I'm a mother, my self-care looks differently. My self-care has to be way more intentional than it used to be, where it was just literally second nature. I was just literally thinking about that in the shower. I needed to nair my legs, which I've been needing to do for a long time. I remember when there was like a routine, there was a schedule. Like I didn't even have to think about it. On Wednesdays, I whiten my teeth. It wasn't something I had to like remember to do. But so I just have to, I think I've beat myself up so long about like not having, not having the perfect routine yet, or I can't get back on schedule with what used to work for me. And the reality of it is, it's just not. It's just not. And I just have to conform to the life that I have now. Maybe I do need to create a new schedule. Like I used to have a schedule for, you know, self-care and things like that at home. Even cleaning and things like that. But that's something that I'm working on. That's why I'm doing the series on balance. I was going to make that series everyday thing, but that goes back to being consistent and not perfect. I don't want to also have to record every day because it's taking me away from other things that I want to do. I want to diversify my content just from vlogs. I feel like vlogs are nice and I like them and I feel like they're working for people. People are growing their platforms, but it's just like, is it just a trending content though? You know, is it going to be sustainable in the long run? I want to bring, like, I'm not a makeup artist by far, and my makeup's pretty basic, but I feel like I used to think that I couldn't come on here and do my makeup for real because people would get bored. But I could keep trying different techniques to achieve my soft, natural glam. I don't have to be a girl who likes a lot of eyeshadows and things like that. I do wear my like blush and bronzer in my brow, but you know, I could play around with different palettes with my same shades that I'm comfortable with. There are some girls out there who's just like me, and Fred had to remind me of that. Like, you can't worry about what you don't do. There's people out, you're not the only one. There are people out here just like you. So that's just how I'm finding balance and just staying true into what makes me happy. And I say, I'm not saying this to talk about myself, but I just want you all to remember, like, girl, you still matter and the things that you enjoy doing matter too. And I really believe, like, I'm multi-talented. I can do a little makeup. I can do hair, a lot of hair. I can do weaves. I can do naturals. I can braid, actually. I can cook. I've sold plates. I'm a certified yapper, if y'all can't tell. I'm very opinionated, very outspoken, but I'm also an introvert who's only extroverted when she's comfortable. So I feel like there's so many layers to me, and that's why I feel like content, we'll get into why I started doing content or why I felt the need to do content. It is not because it was trending. Girl, content and specifically YouTube has been in my face since about 2011, and my mom didn't even know that she was putting it in my face, and I feel like God was using her and I just couldn't see it. Oh, I forgot to mention something very important that I did off camera. I always start, before I do my makeup, I put on Vaseline. Even when I get out the shower, finish brushing my teeth, Vaseline's on my lips before I do any lip come up for the day. And normally I just use the regular Vaseline lip therapy, but this is what's in my bathroom drawer right now. All right. My brows are done. I think I'm gonna still clean them up even though they're not showing, just for y'all, okay? But I know this is old, but I'm still stuck on my LA Pro Girl Fawn. I actually have the Too Faced Born This Way in the color chestnut. I just can't perfect it yet. But maybe I'll play around with that another day. But yeah, I'm multi-talented, and I don't want to just like be a makeup girl. I don't consider myself a fashion girl because I'm not into the brands. But I do like my own personal style, and a lot of people seem to like my style as well. And I noticed that, especially like local, like sweet girls, a lot of them inbox me and ask me for my outfits and stuff, but a lot of them don't actually write it under my post. I don't know what's that about. I think I don't dress trendy, and I don't know. So I don't know. But I know there's a lot of people out there like me. There's plenty of content creators that I follow whose style I love, and I feel like aligns with the style that I like or that I'm trying to achieve. Actually, a plethora. I don't have one specific style. And that's another thing that I'm finding balance in. It's okay. And I feel like I've resorted to the leisurely wear as a stay-at-home mom, work-from-home mom. And y'all, I do my whole lid as a base for my shadow. And I keep my lid this color. I just set it with powder. I feel like it's okay to have different styles. Like, yes, I want to have this classy, clean look, but also I don't like a lot of color, but I don't mind playing around with my accessories when it comes to color, or like certain tops and stuff like that. Like red, yellows, I can do those in color. Greens, little plums. I don't really have any like blue, purple. I don't have a lot of color in my closet. Like the colors that I have are pretty consistent. And I feel like that's okay. That's just what I'm comfortable with. It's no need in trying to force myself to be something that I'm not. Buying things that I don't truly like. Because guess what? I'm not going to wear them. I'm not going to wear them. So yes. So I'm also choosing daily. I'm trying to get more consistent in my content. So with that and with my confidence, I feel like it is very important for me to get back to being a morning workout girly, which is not very hard. The hard part is going to sleep on time, because my significant other is a night owl, and we would get caught up in a show, and I've always been a girl who saved my shows for the weekend, okay? I'm so very routine and structured, but I do enjoy spending that quality time with him. So it's a sacrifice. But, hold on, y'all. I want to try this again, but this makes me so olive. I might try it one day. I'm just at home. It's the Charlotte Tilbury. But NARS has been my go-to color right now. And if it's not NARS, it is the Maybelline Fit Me 355, which I may go back to as a summer everyday makeup look. So, yeah. Let's see. So, also, and I'm going to take this Milani Make It Last. And I'm just going to put this spray. Y'all, how many pumps of foundation do y'all use? They say you only need like 1 or 2, but I think there's just such a little bit of product. I think it depends on the pump or whatever product you're using. Because yeah, that looks blotchy. Woo. Now that may be too much. But I feel like it's so important for me to get up and put on clothes every day and get out of my workout clothes. So that's been something I've been focusing on really, really hard. So before just like deep diving into forcing myself to get fully dressed every day, I have just been trying to master getting up early enough to go to the gym, because that's where it starts. Because if not, I'm gonna go to the gym after baby girl goes to school, which when I get home, I am hungry, very hungry. Then I may start cleaning up, washing clothes, or I may need to run to the store. So normally if my eyebrows are out, I also clean up the top either with my foundation or that same concealer, depending on what I'm going for. If it's like an everyday look, I'm probably just going to clean it up with my foundation. But if it's like I'm going out, I will use the concealer, sorry. But yeah, so it starts with me just waking up at a decent time to get to the gym and get that out the way so that I can focus on the rest of my day. And I'm just trying to master that right now. And I was trying to give myself like 3 weeks, because they say it takes 3 weeks to make a habit, which waking up early is not hard for me. If I get the adequate amount of rest. Like if I know I've gotten 5-6 hours, I would just make myself get up. But if I know I've only gotten 4, I'm going to be like, girl, you ain't going to be good for nobody. Go back to sleep. And then lately, my daughter has been waking up in the mornings, and when she hear me leave for whatever reason, and then her dad has to go to work, and so then now he's up earlier than he needs to be. So it's just kind of like has been kind of hard, but I've been trying to have those pep talks with her, like, do not wake up until mommy wakes you up. Or if you wake up, just lay down. Because when she goes in there with her dad, she doesn't want to go back to sleep. She wants to call me and wants him to get up because now she's kind of annoyed that I'm not here. But I can't feel bad that she's waking up because I have to do what I have to do for me. So, but I'm saying this to say, layering, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put my concealer on so I can have time to get tacky, while I put a little blush and bronzer in my brow. I know people do this differently these days. And I know they put the blush on first. I can't get jiggy with that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to do it. Ooh, no, it's gonna be so cricket. I don't have to do that either. But yeah, I gotta do what I have to do for me. But once I get back in the routine of that allows me to come home at a decent time to either go ahead and take a bath. But lately, actually, since I've tried, she's been up or hearing me come in, or I'm getting something extra in at the gym, which I don't feel guilty about. Excuse me. In a perfect world, I would like to get home in time to put my clothes on, do a little makeup, all those things before she goes to school. But then I think I'm gonna feel a little rushed, you know. So lately, I've been just getting her ready when I do get her sent off to school. Her dad takes her most of the time, unless he's just like really tired. And if he leaves, then I go ahead and hop in the shower and I can take my time getting ready. And then if there's something else I need to do, go grocery shopping, or if I need to record, I feel more put together. So that's one way that I'm balancing. I feel like I have to look put together. And if I do have to go to the gym in the middle of the day, I have been trying to, yeah, this is definitely going to be a summer color. It's so warm. But I've been trying to just focus on putting on a pretty or a nice workout set, making sure which I'm the person who likes my workout sets to look very cute anyway. So it's really not that hard for me. But yeah. Alright, so y'all, I've been using this Patrick Top blush in the color She Goes to the Gym. They have a color that's a little bit warmer than this. I wish I would have gotten. It reminds me of Mac Raisin, which I absolutely love. Like, that's my go-to. To me, that's the ultimate brown girl blush. This is not too pink, but this is perfect for like that extra va-va-voom, you know, but without being like hot pink to me, for what I like. So I am just going to sweep this all over my lid. I mean what you call this? Dead party eye. Not my lid. My lid, I'm going to save that for powder when I get ready to set my under eye. And you see already, it just gives my face a little bit more dimension. My eyes. So it just kind of, it's going to flow with my whole face. Just trust me. And I like this because it doesn't require you to go out and buy a lot of products. So the same blush, it keeps your face one color. And blending is key, y'all. I actually probably did not need to put more product on here. That made this one a little bit more redder than this one, but it's okay. Because I got to shoot some content today. So, and I'm trying to do better about not showing up homeless in my content. Y'all, I've always been a it girl. I've always been not material girl, because I feel like when you say material girl, like that means that you like all the brands and things. But I've always been a girl who put myself together. Like, you could probably count on one hand how many times you done caught me at work, toe up, and we don't have a dress code. If I have had a hat on or something, it's because I'm getting braids that day, more than likely. So yeah, it's just very rare to catch me off of my game. And y'all, I'm sorry if this video is longer than I expected. Y'all, I've been talking to y'all already 18 minutes, but you know, we're talking about the things, and I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush. So I hope that y'all don't mind. But I'm taking this buttermilk bronzer in the color Do Butter. And it's kind of like a bronzer. Yeah, because it's not as deep as like a contour per se. But I am still learning how to properly bronze, if I'm being honest. But I put this in the crease, just like with my eyeball in the lid, and then I just take it up a little bit. So you can take it down for like a smoky eye effect, but I like to keep my lid bright. I feel like that's what works best for my eye shape. And I just like to bring it up a little bit. And you see, it warmed it up just a hair. So I just like to push that into that crease. That's it. So that's something that I'm working on, and I promise I'm gonna have it mastered. I'm gonna master that because that's something very, 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 very important to me. And then tell your spouse what's important to you as well, because he does try to hold me accountable about putting clothes on. Like even on Mondays, a lot of times him and I will go work out in the middle of the day. So because he knows that I want to put on clothes, he's like, okay, we're running back to the house. She has gymnastics and all the things, so it may be a 4 or 5 minute shower, and I might not be able to do my makeup, but I might still do my lashes and things like that. I don't care to do my makeup because we'll normally go like get a smoothie or ice cream and then go get some dinner. So, but just putting myself together. So doing that definitely does help. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Lately, I've been using a powder puff. I've seen Living Fearless talk about this on her story one day, and she gave the compliments to another creator, but I wasn't familiar with the other creator, so of course I can't remember the name. And I just sprayed that with this spray. And I'm just gonna blend it out, and I'm gonna try to keep it lifted this way and not drag it too far down. But I am gonna drag it this way, kind of, because I like this to look light, even around my mouth a little bit. So, yes. Yeah, so tell your spouse also your goals and so that your spouse can support you in that. And like that's his way of reminding me to take care of myself without saying, hey, no, you said you want to do this, do that. So, and if your spouse is not the kind of person that's going to hold you accountable, maybe you need to get a new one. I'm just playing. But just for real, sometimes we don't communicate, and sometimes men don't know how to show up for us in that way. But just tell them, say, hey, if you see me doing this, remind me that I said this is what I want to do. Because sometimes I have to tell him that. Like, this is how I need you to support me. Because sometimes the way a person thinks you may need to be supported may not actually be effective for you, or may be annoying more than helpful. So you just communicate. Or one of your girlfriends that you talk to every day, maybe y'all can do fit checks every day. Like, girl, what did you wear today? You know, or what are you wearing tomorrow? Oh, that's another thing. So another way I'm trying to find balance and just not feeling like I'm also making so many decisions. My God. I probably drug this down too far. But another way is I need to get to the point where I'm picking out outfits for the week. Because I'm also trying to redefine my style by going through my closet. So in that, I do need to figure out what's there, what needs to go. I've been getting rid of some things, but if I'm being honest, I can get rid of more. And I'm gonna tell y'all a trick in just a second. I did this one day and loved it. I haven't done it in a minute. Let me do that. Yeah. So I want to plan out my content. I know my content, y'all. Oh, Jesus. I want to plan out my outfits for the week. Just like every day. Go to the grocery store, lounge around the house, edit, maybe a coffee shop. I don't even care if I'm too glam. Like, I've seen, y'all, Maya Galore and Vanna Joy, even Living Fearless, she has more of a boho style, which I resonate with too. But they have more of a comfortable yet elevated style on a daily basis. So does Living Fearless, but on her daily basis, you just never know what she's gonna pull out. But most of the time, she's a very jeans forward girl, and I'm starting to realize I actually enjoy wearing jeans. My boyfriend talks about me. Every time he see me in jeans, he be like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in jeans in a long time. I think this is the first time you wore jeans since we've been together." Like, he always got a joke. But I am definitely not a jeans girl. I think the skinny jean era kind of ruined me. And so I kind of did too much with the concealer. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of bring some more warmth back. Just a little. But I'm also going to take that bronzer when I get ready to set everything. Y'all will see. So I know people like this harsh line right here. I don't really like that. So I'm going to take the part that doesn't have much concealer on there and just kind of buff that out a little bit. Perfect. So, and I feel like that's just kind of picking up some of the excess product, which I'm cool with. I don't want anything too crazy. Lola hush, babe. But another way, I'm also trying to prioritize my health because, girl, honestly, if you're trying to wake up in the morning and you ate something crazy the night before, you're going to feel like crap going to the gym. Okay? Don't do it. Do not do it. So, oh, I need to highlight my inner eye because I do want to do that. I'm going in with this Essence. I actually like this Essence Keep Me Covered Concealer, and it has aloe vera in it. It is very watery consistency, but when it dries down, it is great. And I love it a light inner eye. If y'all don't know, like, I always put like some kind of shimmer in my inner eye. And back in the day, I used to use like a green eyeliner. Back in college, green's been my favorite color for some time. And like, it's like these little things that y'all should actually know about me, but I don't show up as her anymore. So that's what we got. That's exactly why we're getting back to it. But I don't have time to let this dry. I don't have time. I don't want to have time to let this dry down. But y'all, I've been focusing on health real good. So Publix high. I love Publix. Y'all want to sponsor me? I don't even know if they do that. Sponsor me. However, it's gotten too ridiculous. It's gotten too high. So I like Aldi, but the produce at Aldi just does not last. You have to eat the same day or the day before. But I just think that Trader Joe's is out of the way, but it's worth the trip. So weekly, I've been going to Trader Joe's, getting most of my produce, chef items. I love a lot of their sauces, canned goods. Like chickpeas are way cheaper there. Coconut milk, clean but cheaper, significantly cheaper. Like the can of coconut milk that's clean at Publix is like $6 versus $2. Okay, I make a lot of curries. I'm trying to steer away from a lot of dairy. So that's like essential for my household. And I save so much money. And so also what I've been doing is I've been doing this for a while, is stocking up on my meats at Costco. And sometimes I will buy a lot of produce, but honestly, that just does not last. And having all of that in the refrigerator just kind of overconsumes my brain. So I've just been stocking up on my meats at Costco. Other things like breakfast essentials, eggs, because we run through them. So every time I go to Costco, I buy at least 3 cases of eggs. I noticed that though, Costco eggs, best by date is like much longer than Sam's. So I can't buy as many as Sam's. We do have a Sam's membership as well, but I go there to get more household items than I do food items because Costco have healthier options. If you've been thinking about getting a Costco card, please let this be your sign. If I had to choose a card, I will go with Costco. Only thing at Sam's that I absolutely just have to go there and get is the tissue. Don't like the tissue at Costco. If you like Scott tissue, you'll love it. I feel like it's the dupe of that. But no, not for me. So I'm going to take my One Size setting powder in the color Sweet Honey. I'm going to go over it with that. And then later I'm going to go back in with a translucent powder, which is going to kind of brighten it up. But this is going to like keep it the color. I pour some in my lid and I dip it. And then I'm going to rub it around the holes just to kind of like even it out. And I'm going to just pat it in. But yeah, so eating healthy and simplifying my decisions. So, girl, let me tell you how your girl has not been staying in the kitchen, but we've been eating at home. I've been having 2 meals in mind, right? And I've been ingredient prepping, which I've been ingredient prepping for some time. I don't mix everything together and store it in the fridge. I So let's say, okay, like today, I'm going to cook some hanger steak or flank steak. It's gonna kind of be like fajitas, but also I'm gonna cook some rice because we're making like these salmon rice bowls. I may make some crispy rice, I don't know. But so you can either put the fajitas over the rice, or you can put them in a tortilla. So I'm gonna buy tortillas too. But also the salmon bowl is gonna be salmon bites, and there's gonna be like cucumbers, carrots, and all those things on the side, and a sauce. But I'm also gonna make a sauce for the fajitas, which is avocado and all those things. But you can choose to do the bowl with the sauce or put avocado on it. I'm probably going to grab some tomatoes because I still do like to do avocado toast. So the avocados can go on the toast as well. So I try to use things where the ingredients can actually be used across all of the dishes. So I'm left with no groceries. And if you know you're tired of fajita tacos, then you can make a bowl. Or if we got lettuce in there, you could put the fajita vegetables on top of salad with the crema I'm going to make. Could be your dressing. And you could thin it out with a little olive oil. Like, so that's what I've been doing. And it has been saving me so much time. Like, yeah, I have to spend almost a whole day grocery shopping. Because I go to maybe 2, sometimes 3 stores. But the recipes I've been cooking too has not been me slaving over the stove. Like that steak is probably going to go in the oven today. And I take a little bit of what's left over of the powder and just kind of pat that into my brow just because it's summer and I don't want that shiny brow look when I get to sweating. And that has been looking so good. And y'all see I pressed this on my lid as well. All right. And I'm just using like leftover. I'm not overdoing it on the powder because it's just not my jam. Oh, I was going to do the cream blush and the cream bronzer. So I was going to use the cream part of this lightly. And so for the cream bronzer, actually I feel like this is more of a contour. I was going to use the Amber in Juvia's Place. But that's over. So we're not going to stress about it. It is what it is. So what we're going to do is just use the powders. Actually, that's what I do when I'm in a rush anyway. So, hey, why not? Because I want this to not be complicated. So, I am going to go ahead and blush. Using the powder. And, y'all, I like to use a different kind of blush. And I just take that up. I know we're taught to put it on the hollows of our cheeks growing up, just like right here, but we are now realizing that this lifts the face when you bring it up into like the brow bone. So I am just kind of over that little corner where it's like this line right here. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I have been prioritizing. I normally have my Stanley right by me, but I knew I was going to be slow drinking this, so I wouldn't be able to drink both. And talk to you guys. So, next, I'm going to take the Dubata in just the powder. And this is more of a bronzer color, so I'm going to go right up under where the blush is, just to bring, like, some of that glowy, bronzy look. This brush is probably not the one I should be using. Yeah, it's not. Because it got something else on it. So I'm using this one instead. And it still has that same product on there. I need to get some more brushes. Or I need to clean them. Maybe I should just clean them. But these are fairly new. I just never been a person who... And I'm going to use... I know this is really for like... warming up the face, but I think that bringing some dimension down here works with my... I need to lose a little weight. So, that's it. But eating healthy, finding things that are quick has been helping me stay balanced too. And even like today, there's turkey burgers. I did lettuce wrapped turkey burgers last week. There's some lettuce, so there's tomatoes, there's turkey in there. Fred said he's going to take that to lunch. But there is some broccoli in there I ended up making last week as well. So he can just have turkey burger patties, broccoli, and he really just do that because it's a lot of broccoli. And you just have a high fiber, high protein meal and drizzle some kind of sauce or just ketchup, mustard, whatever he would like. So And I cook a batch of eggs every maybe 3 days, depends on who all has been eating eggs. But I try like to cook like 9 at a time because it doesn't take me anything. Like I can cook eggs while I'm getting my daughter ready for the day. So what do we do next, y'all? Oh, this is the Bobbi Brown, y'all. This is an old, it's a blush, but it's kind of like a bronzer. Y'all, I'm absolutely in love. So I take this concealer brush and I just go over the heights of my cheeks with it. Sometimes I wait after I set my face, tip of my nose, down the bridge of my nose, especially like in that the part right there. So like when you turn, yeah, heights. It's kind of like a highlighter. One time I used this, the MAC Raisin, and I used something else. I wonder if I still have it. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. I can't remember what it was, but it gave me like this sunset effect. I was wearing it at the beach, and like people kept stopping me like, oh my God, how did you get your blush to have this sunset effect? And I really didn't know that that's what I had done. But it was like a blush that had a little orange in it, and then it sparkled from this one. And then if you know the raisin one is kind of like very warm. And so yeah, I put that on the brow bone. Ooh, look at that. So this is just gonna like help when the sun or when like light reflects off of your skin. Love it. So do that. And so now we're gonna set it. And then this is the trick. So we're gonna just set it with this. I don't want a dewy look. I think I want to look a little bit glowy. So I'm going to set it with this first. This is to make it last. I'm going to let that dry down. And then we're going to go back in with, I think the dewy one. Just so it can have that little glow. But that's not that one's not super matte. It just says natural finish. Like a natural fit, like a natural skin. I think I'm just gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna leave this one for another day. And so before I'm gonna set it again with this, but before I do that, I'm going to go in my translucent powder and lighten this back up right here. Because kind of went over it with the blush and all the things. So I'm going to lighten it back up and just kind of dab it everywhere. I put a little bit of concealer. Yeah, so we've talked about doing our makeup. Oh, and finding you a quick I want to find me a quick everyday routine. Maybe like, I see a lot of girls just doing concealer. But my everyday is just my brows, mascara, and gloss. Which was my everyday before COVID. Like that was my work makeup. But I think that I want to do a little something extra, especially since I make content. And so I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for me. But I don't know. We'll see. And so y'all see that just kind of like, oh, I'm supposed to wet this. So it's supposed to be like kind of wet. And then it's supposed to give you this like blurred effect. There it goes. It's just kind of like, it's almost like melting the powder into your skin. But yes, that is so beautiful. Please don't, that's the trick. Melting it. Like I could have used the one size too. I've done that and it's still absolutely stunning. But yeah, so find me just like a quick 5-minute, but it looks like I actually have my full face. Or like, just makeup. So I gotta perfect that, and that would be so clutch even for filming when I don't have time to do makeup, but I need to film. I'm so intentional about showing up as me, because honestly, the pajamas for the mom vlogs, and that's what everybody else doing, but that's just not Net. That is just not Net. Net has always been a put together girly. Like if you've ever come over my house on a weekend and I'm chilling doing work, I still literally have on tights and a shirt that match with socks that match. Like that's just all. It is not even thought about. It's just who I naturally am. So I'm just really, I kind of want to set my face with this Maybelline 355 powder. I haven't done this in a minute, but we're going to see. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah. And I'm going to, before I said it, I'm going to bring my blush back because I feel like when I highlighted it, it kind of like, and especially because I didn't put a lot on and I didn't do the cream blush, I'm going to bring that back a little bit. Ooh, might have did too much. But yeah, so makeup, clothes, eating healthy, staying hydrated, and if you enjoy coffee like I do, y'all haven't seen, I drink Green Light every morning. That prioritizes my hydration before I get to my coffee. In my coffee, I also have collagen every day. So this is an automatic 18 grams of protein, I think, or 9. I think it's 9 grams of protein, but I can't just remember if that's in 1 scoop or 2. I think that's in 1 scoop. So if I haven't, sometimes I just do 1 scoop, but if I haven't eaten breakfast like today, I haven't eaten because I need to shoot some content that involves clothes and I still kind of look snatched. And I already feel a little bloated, so I did 2 scoops just so I can have some kind of protein to sustain my energy and keep this from spiking my cortisol and my sugar. And when my cortisol is up, my face is really fat. Like my face is a little puffy right now because I didn't get adequate sleep last night. Okay, so I forgot to do my inner corner. I always go in there with a Q-tip, girl. Thank you. I think I only have an hour on this SD card, so y'all gotta hurry up. I take a Q-tip, I wet it, which I went in with it first. I wet it or I spray it with something, but I just did a little water. I go in with, went in this Dior palette and I went into this shade. Oh, y'all, and on a day where I'm like going somewhere, I would go, these have a little shimmer in it. I would go in with those right here. And I've never used the brown to want my crease, but there's no particular reason why. I just think I just haven't thought about it. But I'm going to do that. I actually may film that for y'all. I think I wet this too much. So let's go in with the dry side. And I just kind of, some people just put it like right in the middle. But I like to bring it over a little bit so it can seem like more intentional. I put a little too much. Okay, so that's that. And it's really gonna pop when I do my eyeliner and all that. So we talked about makeup, we talked about eating healthy, we talked about hydrating. And y'all, finding time for yourself, that is something, I mean, well, doing things that you love. Y'all, my therapist just checked me about something that I have not thought about. She said I don't have enough human interaction. She said I do not have enough human interactions. I don't have a large friend group, and most of my friends have kids and things like that. So I guess we all don't have enough human interaction. But I'm also naturally a loner, so I don't feel it. Yes. And, you know, I think living with 2 individuals is enough human interaction for me. Personally, but you know, it has really made me definitely say, okay, this is not how I want to continue. I don't want nobody to see me like that, and I want to also make sure I'm putting myself in rooms. So I am on the verge of trying to find, like, I don't really want to be like in a social club. I want to get in like a club or a group that, and I have one in mind already, I'm just not sharing it yet, that will allow me, oh God, I just like screwed up this eyeliner so bad. Let me finish. That will allow me to break out of my shell. I am terrible at networking. So that will force me to get out of my own head about networking, being a conversation starter. I try to be that, but y'all, it is so hard because I'm truly an introvert. And if I feel like someone's uninterested in what I'm talking about, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't really even want to talk anyway. So, and that's probably horrible. Let me go ahead and spray my face before, because I don't think I did it the last time. And then I just kind of like check out. Okay, and I don't want to be like that all the time. And I feel like that's why some people may take it and say like, I mean, girl, y'all, this lip combo is my everyday lip combo, and it's just the Line Loud color and Rebel, Line Loud by NYX in the color Rebel. So good. I think it's a sharpened pencil, and I haven't ever sharpened it, so. And I wear this almost every day. I want to try me like a hot pink, but that's not like real hot. One of my friends, she is a hot pink girl. I love a red lip, and she tell me all the time like to make that my signature, so when people see my red lip, they know it's me. And I think I'm gonna do that, but I gotta get back to my red lip that I like. I tried a couple of different ones, because I couldn't find the one I like. But now I found it, and I'm just gonna have to. I just hate I spent all that money on the other ones. Oh my god, it was the Fenty red in the little diamond shape thing. I have the new Fenty red. Don't like it. I usually don't like it. It just gives me like smoker's lip. Next, I'm going in with this NYX Soft Matte in the color Abu Dhabi. My top lip is naturally like, I have a natural liner. So I just like to use this to bring some color back to my lips a little bit. And I have some hyperpigmentation from when I was pregnant on my lips there. So it just kind of gives me like a neutral base. And then from there, I go in with this e.l.f. gloss in Cotton Candy Crush. And she's pink. I wish I had like a pink color to underpaint with. But I don't. I remember I used to love using this in my pouch with my lips. I need to throw it away. That's so old. Ooh, y'all. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I think I bought this in a shade Too Dark. Really good for setting the face. I wish I had started earlier. I haven't used it in forever. But I just take this gloss and I go on top. But this is really cute too, just a lip liner in this. Really cute. But I just put quite a bit on. Blot it. Another thing that takes this up a notch. I had the e.l.f. gloss in like this color. But taking that and lining the lip with it. But I have this one. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb. And just going over the part where I had the liner. And it kind of locks that liner in and gives it a shine. Yes. So cute. So cute. Actually, put that in I got my little makeup bag right here. That goes in my purse with my everyday. Because I keep like my brow products in here too. Just in case I'm going to go. And mommy needs to put herself together a little bit. So that is the final look. Really, I am going to spray my face down and do. This is the L'Oreal Infallible. I like it. Do I love it? I don't know. But my ultimate favorite is the Urban Decay All Nighter. But when I tried to buy it, the lady told me they changed the formula and to put it back. I was like, excuse me, say what? She said people have been bringing it back. They've been complaining. She said, so I advise you to not get that. They get up the trouble. So I listened to her. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm not a lash girl unless I'm really, really stepping out, y'all, because they get on my nerves. I be itching to get to the car to take them off. So I am just going to put, and as much as I love this mascara, it transfers to my makeup so bad. But it makes the lashes look stunning. So I'm going to try the waterproof version of this before I just say forget it and go back to, or just go back. I'm just trying different mascaras at this point. I wear mascara every day. So I could personally never have too much mascara. I run through it. I actually have another one I bought with this and I just cannot find it. But yeah, I wanted to record this video to just remind somebody if there's something that you want to do, there's something you want to achieve, put the work in. And honestly, me trying to be a content creator, I am a content creator. Me trying to grow my platforms and to turn this into a livable income eventually as well. I don't want this to feel like a job. I do feel like God directed me here to show me that I'm not too much. To be honest, even just hearing about stories from when I was a kid, I feel like certain times, I don't think it was intentional with people in my life, like my parents or my family, but I feel like my personality was too much. I was very, very, very smart, weirdly smart. And I do know there was a point in my life where I tried to dumb myself down or to be the average smart. My mouth is a little bit smart, but maybe I was supposed to be a lawyer, you know. My mouth ain't like disrespectfully smart. I was just very opinionated and I just wanted to be heard. And that's why I do let my daughter express herself. Some people may see it as like, oh, she runs over you. But it's a very thin line between like trying to contain someone's personality and just teaching them how to be them in a respectful manner, or to use their personality and their words to their advantage, if that makes sense. So I think that part of me, that's why I'm an introvert, because I don't want to seem, I'm not too much like obnoxiously, but I can be very opinionated, and I like having opinionated conversations. And just because I'm opinionated doesn't mean I think I'm right. I just like sharing my opinion, or I like sharing my feelings. I like sharing. I don't like oversharing, but like if something made me feel a way, I don't mind talking to you about how it made me feel. And if you didn't intentionally do that, I can agree with that. That you may not intentionally did it, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about how it made me feel, so that we won't be in this position anymore. And that's friendships. That's with my parents. That's with cousins. That's with friends. That's with management. Like, hey, I don't like how you talk to me in that way. I feel like we are a great team, or we have a great relationship. But in order to keep it that way, and for me to feel like I can be me in a healthy way, I don't like how that made me feel. And I would want somebody to come and tell me the same thing. But I just think that God gave me this to heal that child in me, and to just show me that you're not too much. The people that loves you, like some people that went to high school with me that did not like me, and I know they didn't like me. Y'all, I forgot to put a little bronzer on my nose. It looks flat. But they, like, now when I see them out, even sometimes on my content, homecoming when I used to go, they be all in my face, because I guess they probably grew up and realized, like, oh, she wasn't, like, I wasn't opinionated either then, but I was to myself, and it could be taken as she's arrogant. Which I don't see how they got that. But that goes back to me too. Like, I've always naturally just had my own style. I've never cared to follow trends. And I wasn't trying to be like just the girl who goes against the grain. Honestly, I don't ever think I thought about what everybody else is doing. I don't think I ever really cared. My mom did a great job in teaching me to just be me. I ain't gonna lie. She did that. She did that. So I am going to take this. Oh, that was too much. And bring it down. Ooh, that just gave so much dimension to my nose. And I'm gonna take it and blend it in to my brow. I mean, to my lid, so it won't just look like, where did that come from? All right, so yeah. Hello. And sorry, y'all, I got a call. But all I did was take my hair down. And so now I gotta put some curls in it because it looks so flat to my head. I actually need to plug up my small curlers. I don't think I'm gonna be showing the back of my head, but it feels like it looks a mess. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna have this style in long at all. Just remember that you deserve everything that you want. Hold on. And another thing, y'all, there are people who pay for beauty marks. I have a beauty mark right here. Kids just teased me about when I was little. Love it. And I'm gonna uncover it every time I remember to. But I do have some other ones around my face, but I don't want to mess up my makeup. But people are literally paying for these, and I love my moles, so my beauty marks. All right, y'all. So this is the finished look. So this is the style I was telling y'all about. Y'all know y'all can't really see my brows, but I feel like if I'm up on somebody having a conversation, then they can. And like I said, it's in my face and I'm not used to that, so I'm easily like just moving it. So that's why I still did my brows. But y'all, I so enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try to do the concealer only, like maybe like 5 to 10 minute makeup look. excuse me, maybe 5 to 10 minute makeup look with you all, because I feel like that's like the perfect mom everyday. And maybe in another video, I will show y'all my everyday just eyebrow, which actually what y'all seen, my eyebrows, mascara, and this lip is normally just the liner and that e.l.f. pink gloss. But maybe we can find something that's just a little bit more jazz and we can figure that out together. But y'all let me know down in the comments, what are some things that you're working with balancing, or you feel like that would just make life a little bit easier? And maybe it's something that I'm struggling with too, that I just haven't really recognized and voiced yet. Maybe we can figure that out together. Or maybe I just have some tips for you, because that's a place that I've been and I've already mastered, or someone else in our community can drop down in the comments too and help your girls out. Help the girls out, because we're all just trying to navigate this thing called life, motherhood, and let motherhood be a pillar of our life, but not the main character, because we are the main character, period. Okay? Yes. So I so enjoyed this video. I love getting cute, getting glam, doing all the girly things with y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed this too, and I just want to do more beauty content with you all. Let me know if you really enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long, but I just feel like we haven't just had a yap, you know, a yap about all the things and beauty. Like, this is the type of stuff that gets me excited. Okay, so y'all let me know down below. I'll have everything linked in my shop. Everything should already be linked, but I will try to make a profile on Shop My under social posts. Or I think I have a tab called YouTube too, where I have just everything that I use from this video linked already together. But most of my makeup products are already just linked there. So go shop the links, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, sweet girls.